So that immediately I get conflicted and I start thinking in my head, okay, either I can betray my cousin or I can just mean mug her. And I chose righteous glory. He's like, what the f is that? I'm being funny. What the fuck is a righteous glory? What's up everyone? It's Awakened Mind here. No, that's the wrong intro. What's up everyone? It's Righteous Glory here, aka Makai, and today we're going to be talking about the time I betrayed my cousin for some. I think you guys can have like a pretty good idea of what that something was. But of course I was like 8 or 9, so it wasn't really the same back then. I recommend you watch Growing Up 25% Bengali first before you watch this video because that kind of gives you some background. I used to go to a lot of those type of events. One day, a close relative of my Bengali side of my family was having some kind of barbecue. And one of the cousins that I'm still cool with to this day, like it's probably one of the only cousins I'm still cool with. We used to hang out a lot when we were younger. As we're going to this barbecue, my cousin comes over and whispers to me, she's like,
"By the way, there's this one girl in that party that I don't like at all. So, you can't talk to her or hang out with her."
And I'm just like, okay. And honestly, I didn't really give a f***. Cause I'm just like, yo, honestly, me and my cousin, we're tight, you know, we're cool. So if you don't like this girl, then I don't like this girl. You know, I was on that type of timing. So I'm just like, all right, I'm like, what's wrong with the girl though? Just so I know, like for future reference. She's like,
she thinks she's so pretty. Really, she's really mean. She's really mean on the inside.
She was just shit talking to girl, basically. We arrived to this barbecue. I'm already on timing, bro. Like I'm thinking, yo, my cousin scraps, I'm scrapping with this girl. I don't care if she's a girl. If my cousin throws a 1-2, I'm throwing a 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go and we sit down. We're like eating regular food, eating hot dogs and burgers and whatnot. And then randomly, I look over to my left and there's this beautiful, beautiful Pakistani girl that just walks out of from nowhere. I don't know where she came from, if she fell from heaven. Like she just starts walking like into the house basically because we was in the backyard. I look at my cousin, I'm like, who is that? And then my cousin just like,
"Oh, that's a girl I don't like. I already told you. Look, see? She looks mean, doesn't she? She looks like..."
I don't care how mean she is. She could be mean to me. I will let her be mean to me. But the thing is, she did not look mean at all. She looked like one of the sweetest girls that you've ever seen in your life. But she was beautiful. She was like 2 years older than me. She was like 9, I was like 7, but I did not care. This girl was beautiful. And I'm just like, yo, what is my cousin talking about? So something happens and me and my cousin end up splitting. I end up going inside the house because I had to go. And as I'm doing something for one of my aunts, I run into this girl and she has like all these like little Bengali boys following her and trying to talk to her. And she's just kind of ignoring them. Like she's just like, she's smiling, but just kind of ignoring them. She's not really paying them much attention. But then she sees me, she walks up to me, she's like,
"Oh, hi."
So that immediately I get conflicted and I start thinking in my head, okay, either I can betray my cousin or I can just mean mug her. And I chose to say hi. So I was just like, you know, I didn't want to make it too like, you know, like I was thirsty or anything. So I'm just like, what's up?
I don't think I've ever seen you before.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you either. I'm trying to play it cool, but actually 7-year-old me was kind of killing it. I was low-key a player at 7. We're not talking too much. I'm trying to keep it minimal because I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, my loyalty is with my cousin. I'm not trying to do none of that. So, boom. Later on, I finished helping out my aunts and whatnot, and I'm just chilling in the house now. Like, I'm not even in the backyard. So, as I'm looking for something, she's like,
"Oh, come with me downstairs. It's in the basement."
So I follow her downstairs into the basement. We just chilling in the basement. Like, I forget all about what I was supposed to do, and I just started chatting it up with this girl. Like, I had one of the best conversations I could ever have at 7 years old with this female. And she was beautiful. Like, did I mention that she was beautiful? She was beautiful. One of the most prettiest Pakistani girls I've ever met in my life. Not saying that Pakistani girls can't be pretty, but geez, she blew my socks off. So we're having a great conversation. Then I realized, I'm like, wait, I gotta go do this stuff for my aunts and uncles. So we start leaving, and there's like a middle section. So like coming out from the basement, there's like this middle section where like you stop and then you could continue. So it's like, it's built like kind of like an L, like the staircase. It goes up, it's like a stop point, and then you could go, it goes up this way, right? And then you could go this way. I don't know how to describe it. I would have to like show you guys a diagram. We go up and we stop at that one. We stop at that one point and we just start talking. And then I ask her, I'm like, hey, I'm like, serious question. My cousin, I was talking to her earlier and she said you were really mean and stuff, but I don't really know why she thinks that because I think you're really cool.
"Oh, who's your cousin?"
And I start describing my cousin in depth. She's short. She has a mean face. She's always complaining about something. I just start describing her. And the second I start describing her, before I can even finish what I'm saying, my cousin opens up the door and she sees me with this girl. And then she slams the door and just I don't know where she disappears. And she looks so pissed off. I was like, fuck. Back then, my cousin would get mad at me over the littlest things. And when she would get mad at me, she would stop talking to me. And I hate being ignored. So when she would ignore me, that would really bother me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not going to talk for me. She's not going to talk to me for the next 5 month. So automatically, I leave this girl. I dip. I'm like, wait, come back. I want to talk to you. So I tried to talk to my cousin. She was not trying to hear me. So I spent the rest of the time with that girl. I spent the rest of the time with that girl, and we had a great time. But then when we had to go home, I had to ride back with my cousin, and my cousin did not say a word to me. And pretty much for the next few days after that, she was not trying to talk to me unless she had to. But she was not trying to talk to me. And I hated it, but like I kind of got used to it. And then eventually, after a while, I was like, all right, whatever. This is my life now. Moral of the story: I'm 100% for loyalty, and I am loyal to the people that I love and I care for. But at the same time, I will say this much: do not, kind of similar to one of the other story times I've done, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, not even by the cover. Don't judge a person based on what someone else is telling you. Because if you know nothing of this person, don't judge them. You have to get in there and understand things for yourself. Good to take some of this information in. What I didn't realize at the time was my cousin was kind of projecting a lot of who she was on this girl to make her look worse than she was. My cousin was jealous because this girl got a lot of attention, being that she was pretty, and my cousin loved to be the prettiest in the room. But like I said, do not judge people based on what people are telling you. Keep what they're saying in mind, but you have to experience people for yourself. You have to vibe with them. You have to chat with them. You have to understand where their head is at before you can even make a judgment on whether you want to fuck with them or not. And also, I know I was 7, but don't try and please somebody else that you're just now meeting by talking badly about a person that you're already cool with just because you want to be cooler with this person. Don't be a snake. Damn. If only I could find this girl's number like today. She was beautiful as fuck. I would definitely marry her. Like, we could get married, have like 5 kids. Like, I'm with it. Like, if you're with it, I'm with it. If you're watching this video, you know who you are. You remember me, that little black kid, that short little black kid. I was like 7 years old. I talked to you at that barbecue with all the family. Hit me up. We need to talk about some stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys another time. So, take care. Deuces, guys.